What is up, you guys? It's your girl GOLDYNAPS. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. Today I am back with another protective style tutorial. In this video, I'll be teaching you how to do these straight back, feed in, cornrows, braids, whatever you want to call them. So let's get into it. Okay, so at this point, I've already done most of my braids. I just have this small section left, which is gonna be for 2 more braids. Like I do in all of my protective style tutorials, I'm going to talk about like tips and tricks first. If you would like to skip directly to the braiding part, then there are time codes below for you to do that. But if this is your first time trying this hairstyle, I really recommend watching this part because I'm gonna explain all the things that really made this process easiest for me and like really made it so that I could get this style down on the first try, because it is my first time doing this hairstyle as well. All right, girl, so first things first, it is no secret that A, I suck at parting, and B, I could barely cornrow, but these braids, they stuck on my head, okay? So if I can do this, you could do this too. The parting is key in this hairstyle. I cannot emphasize that enough because obviously you can see all the parts. So if you part sloppy, it's gonna look sloppy. That said, the main thing that can trip you up in this hairstyle is crowding your neck. So your parts can be perfect, super straight. If you don't measure out the braids along your scalp properly, you're gonna have hella braids crowding up your neck and it's gonna look weird and it's gonna feel super uncomfortable. But I have tips to avoid it being uncomfortable as well as avoid that crowding on your neck. All right, first let's talk discomfort. So we've all had that experience where we go get our hair braided and when they're at the nape of the neck, they braid it so tight, it feels like your hair follicles are getting ripped out of the root, okay? And when it comes to cornrowing, I feel like the hair at the nape of the neck is like the hardest to pick up because it's generally thinner, it's generally shorter, and even if you can pick it up, if you braid it tightly, like it hurts. So as a solution for that, before I even started thinking about parting and cornrowing, I sectioned out the hair at the nape of my neck and just did a row of knotless box braids. That way I avoided having to try to pick it up while cornrowing because I'm not good at it, and I avoided the discomfort. And now on to avoiding the crowding. First, start with the braids that are in the middle of your head. In my opinion, they're the ones that are the hardest to do, and they're the ones that you have to be most vigilant about when it comes to parting, because if you use too much hair in the back of your head on the middle braids, that's when the whole style starts to look super crowded. When you're parting for your cornrow, especially for those middle braids, the section from your forehead to your crown should have twice as much hair in it as the section from your crown to your nape. And that's not an exact science, it's just a way that I kept in mind that I have way more room at the top of my head than I do at the back of my neck, and so I have to part accordingly so that things don't end up like smushed together. So now we're talking about the braiding, and I will keep it a buck with you. The cornrow part is not that cute because I'm not that good at it. I have the feed-in technique down, but the cornrows need some work and I had to redo them like 3 or 4 times each, and like I was just struggling, okay? So I'm just gonna walk you guys through everything that I did and everything that like made it easier for me. When I'm cornrowing, the thing that I struggle the most with, and I don't know if other people struggle with this, but I just be picking up hair from sections I'm not supposed to be picking it up from. So when I was doing this style, I crocodile clipped all along each section so that when I was cornrowing and picking up hair, I made sure that it was just straight down the middle of my part instead of picking up hair from places I shouldn't pick it up from. My motto when I'm cornrowing is to just get it laid flat on my head, like just get it laid flat and snug. I'm not good enough at it yet to be making sure that every piece I'm picking up is even. As long as it's laying flat on my head, that's fine by me. So I just braid as I normally would and I gradually pick up pieces of hair. For the feed-in part, to make my life easier, I didn't actually feed hair into the cornrow itself for 2 reasons. I opted for smaller cornrows and I have thick hair already, so feeding in additional hair just made them look kind of bulky and I didn't like how it looked. And the way I used ended up being easier anyways. When I got my cornrow down to the nape of my neck, I just started feeding in hair with the same technique as the knotless braiding technique, because once you get down to the nape, like the cornrow turns into a braid anyways, so it's easier just to feed in hair at that point than to struggle feeding it in while you're cornrowing, especially if you're not that great at it. And I have a full, very detailed video on knotless braiding if you want to go check that out and get more comfortable with the technique. Alright y'all, so this is the finished look. All that I did after finishing braiding was just put hella mousse on my hair and then tie it down with a satin scarf, and I slept with it overnight. My braids are definitely frizzy, okay? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I had a really hard time like braiding it down and I just did what I could and they turned out frizzy, but it's nothing that a little mousse can't fix. I just have to be heavy-handed with the mousse on the daily, and I probably won't be able to have them in that long because of the frizz, you know? But overall, I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's a cute little switch up for a little bit. And yeah, I hope that the tutorial was super helpful for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that it motivates you to just get out there and try, even though you might struggle and you might fail. I believe in you. So that is it for this tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, because it really helps me out as a creator, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!